We're gonna place you on leave.
Oh, please don't.
You're going on, I have no choice.
Please
I
don't.
have no
I'm
choice.
living paycheck to paycheck right now.
I have no, it's with pay.
Cops have a habit of breaking the law as they don't know they won't be held accountable due to their position. However, today we'll be going through some of the most shocking moments where these evil police officers were owned and humbled by higher authority. On September 17th, 2013, a woman went to an ATM when she saw a red pickup truck pulling over just beside her. Shortly after, the man started masturbating, looking at her, but then quickly sped off after realizing he had been seen. The woman instantly called 911 and complained about the incident, claiming the suspect was driving a red pickup truck with a partial number plate. A few days later, as she was walking around the police station, she noticed the same truck parked inside. She thought the cops had caught the suspect, but upon inquiring, she found out that the truck belonged to Sergeant Stephen Chison. The shocking discovery immediately led to the sergeant's interrogation.
Have you ever gone on the IMC computer and pulled up that incident itself?
I have.
How many times have you done that?
2 or 3 times,
Why?
just to check on it and see if there's any more updates or whatnot.
Okay, when was the last time you looked at it?
I think I looked at it this morning.
Okay, with the intent of just keeping track of what's going on with it?
Right.
Okay. Has there been any changes in it?
Not that I noted, no.
Okay. How often do you get your hair cut?
Monthly.
Where do you go?
I go to Salisbury Square, but the last time I went to the place next to Panera, it was on a Wednesday.
Sorry, I don't.
Yeah.
Just a few days after the complaint had been made, Sergeant Chison changed the number plate of his vehicle. Additionally, he got a haircut, seemingly to alter his appearance, as the victim had described the suspect as having curls.
Do you chew tobacco?
On occasion.
On the 17th, which is the date that we've all been talking about,
Yeah,
were you at the police station that morning?
I was.
How long?
I think I left here around I came here at 10. Me and Chucky had a meeting with Tony King and Steve Sforza in the morning. I came here after that around 10 o'clock. Probably left here around a little bit before 11.
And you remember what you were wearing that day?
I was wearing white cargo pants and a red shirt similar to this. I don't know what my footwear was. I assume sneakers.
Were you on Water Street or Federal Street or any of these streets near there that day?
No, I wasn't.
Not near any of them?
No. Well, I was probably on Water Street maybe, but actually no, it still would have been Market Square if I went up state, so no,
So you never went down that way at all?
never.
The sergeant quickly denied any involvement, claiming he wasn't even at the location of the incident that day. However, as the interrogation progressed, things were about to get much tougher for him.
I went to the North End Boat Club, checked on my boat, and then I went home.
Was there anybody at home that would?
Yeah, my wife.
Okay. You know where the ATM machine is on Water Street, correct?
Yes,
And you've changed the registration of your truck.
I have.
Why did you do that?
Because a woman came in here and said that was the truck who she saw somebody masturbating in. And, if somebody was doing that with a truck similar to mine, with a plate similar to mine, I talked to Greg Whitney and he suggested I change my plate. And so I did.
So you got red plates, new red plates.
Right.
Are they both on the truck or just one?
Just one right now.
Was it two?
There was.
So you've taken one off again?
I have.
Why?
The bolts, they're rattled. I have to get bolts that don't hit the back of it, so it'll tighten up.
Do you know the lady, or you've read in the reports then, who the person, or
Right.
the victim is? Do you know this person?
Never,
Have you ever met her?
no.
Any interaction with her?
Not that I know of, no. When I first thought about this, I was thinking maybe a drug suspect or something, but I don't know her.
There was no plausible reason for someone to accuse the sergeant of such a heinous act falsely. All the circumstantial evidence pointed directly at him, and his suspicious actions following the incident only made things worse.
And no reason to understand why someone would be accusing you of it.
No, I have no open cases. I have no, I don't think it's that. Originally I did, but there's really no reason to go after me,
Is there anything you can explain to me or make me understand that would, other than you're saying you didn't do it? I mean, she's describing, you've seen the report, she describes you to a T. The cargo pants, the dark curly hair.
I really don't think I have curly hair. I have dark hair. But no, I can't explain that away. I honestly can't.
And can you explain why a vehicle similar to yours shows up on the ATM cameras?
No. Probably the vehicle that was there. You know, it's, if there was somebody there in a vehicle like mine, it could have been that vehicle.
As the detective dug deeper into the case, Sergeant Chison came up with yet another story in an attempt to mislead them.
And if they can show the tower where they're from, it'll show the timestamps on where I was when I received it. I was texting you that day about a rubber boat, right around the time of this. The earlier calls I was here, I talked to Chris McDonald, I talked to an Ipswich police officer about a dive training, and then I'm back home when I'm on the phone there. Yeah, I'm not sure what time you text me. I think it was around 11. What time did this allegedly happen? That wasn't, I don't think, in the report.
11:52.
11:52.
September 17th. You sent me a picture at 10:55. Two pictures at 10:55 of a boat you're looking at.
Okay. Did you respond?
I don't know. At noon I responded. I was on the road when I got it.
Where were you?
At my house.
You were at your house at noon?
Yes.
Chison attempted to build a timeline, claiming he was at home during the time of the incident. However, as he recounted the events of the day, his story only created more inconsistencies, landing him in deeper trouble.
So what times were you home that day? You were from when you left here? What time?
Left here, went to the boat, stayed there for 5 minutes just to make sure the bilge pumps were working. I hadn't been on it in a long time. So I'm guessing I got your text on the way home, which was 11.
So you weren't home at 11?
It's not home at 11, probably just after that.
You tell me. Estimate. 11:05, 11:10.
11:15.
You say you were here from 10 to 11. I suppose we can check to find out when you left the building.
Right.
Okay, so you leave the building and then you go where?
The boat club.
So you go to the boat club. You're there for how long?
5-10 minutes. Just went down, make sure the boat was floating,
And from the boat club, you go right home.
straight home.
But you said you were down in Market Square.
No, I said when I came over the bridge from meeting with Chucky, I may have gone through Market Square to get to the station. Texted with you for a while. Probably left there around 12:30. Actually, no, I went for a walk with my wife. So it was probably in the afternoon if I went anywhere.
The disgraced sergeant now tried to gather witnesses to support his alibi, claiming he had been out for a walk with his wife at the time of the incident. However, the detective, who happened to be an acquaintance of the sergeant, ensured the interrogation remained tough and relentless.
How would September 17th stick out in my mind when you guys walked the rail trail from any other day?
Because I told her, like somebody just accused me of, jerking off in front of, the way Gregory explained it first, somebody was standing in front of the ATM. And then, so she'll remember that day.
And your next phone after 11:33 is what?
Next phone is 12:56, Gregory calling me. I have nothing until 11:59.
11:59.
That's when I text the lieutenant. And we have a conversation through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 texts between 11:59 and 12:16.
So 11:59, he texts you.
No, he texted me at 10:59.
Right.
I was on the road when I got that. I went home, and then I got back to him at
So
pretty much
you got a
noon.
text from him at 10:59.
Right.
Once again, the sergeant only ended up getting in more trouble, as there was a 1-hour gap between any conversation or calls that he got. This was the time the poor girl was harassed outside of the ATM. As the detectives pressed further, they realized plenty of inconsistencies in the sergeant's chain of events.
But you tell me at 11:30 you're still here talking to Chris McDonald.
Oh. I left here at 10:20. My last conversation with Chris was at 10:23. I have it right here.
Am I wrong or did,
I can
No,
show it to you.
I thought you said 11:23.
No, 10:23, I'm talking to Chris McDonald and Brian Reed right after each other.
okay.
I'll show it to
I'm
you
just-
right
No,
now.
I'm not, I'm just trying to get it correct. My understanding was you said the first one you had was 11:33, talked to Chris McDowell, and you left the station right after that, went to the
It
bowling
was 10, it was, I'll pull it up again. It was 10:23, I think, or
Okay.
10:33 is when I started those. I'll show it to you right now.
I've got a lady who describes a guy that fits your description. The
Somewhat.
haircut.
I don't think the haircut does. I've never had curly hair, so, but
Well, dark hair, wavy hair, wearing cargo pants, driving an orange burnt truck with the 3 initials to your plates.
right.
That appears to be chewing tobacco. All right, it's got a lump right in the front of his chin, which you admittedly do.
Well,
It is truly embarrassing to think of a law enforcement officer masturbating in public. Yet all the evidence pointed directly at him, making it clear he desperately tried to cover up his disgraceful behavior.
You know, the next step.
can
is
she
that,
do a lineup? Can she do a,
Um,
you know,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure she can pick you out of the lineup.
well, I'm hoping she wouldn't pick me out of a lineup. Can she see me and say, no, that's not him, or I don't see the person here?
She's not confident. You've never come down to speak to me not once about this, never to say anything other than, like I've never done anything.
I thought it went away. I thought this was,
Well,
this is 6 weeks later, and,
if you thought it went away, why do you keep looking at the report?
just to see if anything's changed.
Why would you do that?
Just to see if, Gregory got anything back, any more, evidence or whatnot.
Another major factor working against the sergeant was his repeated attempt to check the status of the complaint in which he was the primary suspect. This behavior strongly suggested that he was aware of his guilt and was scrambling to find a way to avoid accountability.
What would it matter if it wasn't you?
I'd like to find out who it was. I think Gregory would come to me, but, Gregory doesn't come to me anymore. So, I figured,
I
something.
feel like you're out there by yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go back to my options. I've got limited options. I've got overwhelming circumstantial evidence that points towards you. I'm hoping you can offer me something that's going to take and
My wife can attest to where I was. I don't know if my father lives next door, but I'm not sure where he was during the time or whatever.
I want to take and flip over every cup we can.
Yeah,
If we end up going down that road, you realize we're not coming back.
right.
Okay, there's no coming back. So that's why I'm saying to you, I spoke to the district attorney's office this morning. Today is the day where if there's any changes, today would be the day that it's decided up. And if it's not you, it's not you.
It's not me.
I'm just saying I want to put everything
I
on the
understand
table for options for you.
Bison began asking questions aimed at uncovering what evidence the detectives had against him, clearly trying to gather information to strengthen his defense and prepare his case.
To look at, maybe putting a camera out there, see if this person comes back. Anything done like that? Did anyone look into the partial plates? I don't know how to run that stuff. Find out the BPHs in Massachusetts, or the BHPs, or the HPVs. I'm not sure how sure she was on the plate, but officers do it all the time. We call in numbers, we transcribe certain numbers in the back. I'm hoping something like that would be done to try and help me out.
We've tried to do everything we can to put this best light on this. I've only known 2 of the trucks that look like yours, and the planes aren't even close to yours. Okay, anything else that we can look at?
Cameras, I don't know. Can I see the photos of the truck at the ATM?
It's something we can.
Can I see the reports?
Soon after, the sergeant agreed to take a polygraph test. However, everything he said seemed like an attempt to deflect blame, hoping the cops would overlook the incident and deem him innocent.
Okay, so if I set one up to say police, you have no problem coming and
No.
saying,
I'd really like to see the reports or the photos, or, if I can see the photo, maybe we can prove it's not mine.
well, the photo's not gonna give us a lot other than I can tell you there's some burnt color orange in there. It's not gonna depict?
Does it depict the person?
No.
What's in the back of the truck?
No. Well, we try to talk to the victim about, is there anything else in the vehicle you could take and tell us about, whether it be internal, the bed of the truck, or, unfortunately, most of the attention was drawn to the individual themselves in the act. The shock value, and I think we all know about the shock value and this does to people.
Yeah.
So there's very little more that we can say about what she could tell us about the incident itself or the person.
I'm saying I have anti green all through my truck. It's
Suddenly, the sergeant realized he was about to be placed on administrative leave, which completely changed his demeanor.
We're gonna place you on leave.
oh, please don't.
You're going on, I have no choice.
Please
I
don't.
have no choice.
I'm living paycheck to paycheck right now.
I have no, it's with pay.
Yeah, but still, I can't work details.
I know.
I'm on a detail right now. This will kill me. Is this gonna go public?
Right now, you're on administrative leave until we finish this.
I'm begging you. Please don't do this to me.
Steve, I've talked to
Go through the
everybody.
investigation. I'm not gonna interfere with the investigation. I've been here for 6 weeks.
I understand that. Well, some of this information has just come to us very recently, like since Friday. I've talked to the chief's attorney, I've talked to the district attorney's office, I've talked to the city's attorney. I don't have a choice in this. That I gotta put you out because of everything that we see at this point
How
is
quickly?
compelling. I'm gonna make the phone calls as soon as we get done here. As soon as I get one, I'll have it done.
Can I take vacation time just so it doesn't look like I'm out there being...
If he hadn't done something so terrible in the first place, he wouldn't have to worry about the public reaction or the news going viral.
But in fairness to you, in fairness to the organization, there's certain things that have to happen, and this is gonna be one of them. It's with pay. I'll make the phone call as soon as we get out of here. If you wanna hang around, I'll actually tell you as soon as we get one done, we'll get it done.
What if this gets out and the paper gets a hold of it? And then I'm cleared. Every Google search is gonna come up with my name, accused of a sex crime. I
Well, what may get out there and what's confirmed out there is never gonna be, you don't think that there's officers in here talking now? You don't think it's important to clear your name
Yes.
internally?
Yeah,
And I'm doing everything I can because it's more important to me to find the truth. We're gonna charge you. All right? I don't have a choice. We'll weigh this out, we've had discussions, we've denied every way possible.
so you charge me, it's gonna be on the public, there's
I'm
no,
not charging you, I just said, I'm waiting out the polygraph,
all right.
all right? So right now, you're on administrative leave only while we do that polygraph with no charges.
Eventually, the interrogation came to an end, as the officers began preparing for a polygraph test which never happened. Shockingly, the sergeant reached out to the officers and finally accepted what he had done.
On that first interview, I don't know, the only way I can really put it is I was playing with myself.
But even here, he claimed he wasn't trying to show anyone anything.
Tyson admitted to the horrific act but claimed he wasn't looking at anyone despite overwhelming evidence against him. Shockingly, he was never charged with any crime. To make matters worse, he wasn't even fired and was allowed to retire with full benefits. Just a month later, he was appointed as the Director of Compliance and Investigations for the Massachusetts Department of Public Health's Medical Marijuana Division. You'd think they'd learn their lesson, but this next officer's actions take authority abuse to another level.
He said, I'll take care of it because I'll write your check for $1,000. I said, are you a cop? He said, yeah, I'm a cop.
Kimberly Wilson called 911 to report that she had been struck by a car, and the reckless driver was an officer named Roadside. The officers arrived quickly and approached Roadside.
How we doing? I am not strong. You okay? Yeah. I had a prostate surgery. Okay. I'm on anesthesia right now. I'm trying to get home to Cinemedicine. Okay. I will pay for her, whatever I have to do. Okay. What happened? You get it from behind? Like, I can't, I gotta get home. Okay. All right, fair enough. We'll make sure she's okay. You all right? You want an ambulance right now? No, I'm fine. Okay. I just want to get home. All right, fair enough. Whatever works with her car, I'll pay for it. Okay, that works. Not a problem. I got all the paperwork for the hospital. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, not a big deal. We'll take care of it. We'll get you out of here quick. Going home? Yeah. All right. I live in Cinnaminster. I'm going right
right
here.
Okay. All right, let me go check on her. I'll be right with you.
In an effort to avoid accountability, Roadside blamed his reckless driving on a recent surgery. He also claimed that Wilson stopped abruptly, which led to the rear end.
How you doing?
Not good.
You okay?
Recon 7134, we're back in business. This guy, he got out of his car, I broke his shovel, his uniform's inside out. I got out of the car, he took me to pull, I'm like, are you gonna call the cops or are you gonna take care of this? I said, I'll take care of it. He goes, I'll take care of it. He says, I'll give you my number. I said, no, I don't operate that way. He said, I'll take care of it. He says, I'll write you a check for $1,000. I said, are you a cop? He said, yeah, I'm a cop. I go, where's your uniform? His uniform's going inside out. He says, it's in the car. You want to see it? I go, where's your weapon? And he pulled his thing open like this to show me that he had his weapons on him.
Okay.
And this fell out of his pocket when he did it.
Okay.
And a magazine fell on the floor. And then I said to him, you get back in your car right now. My son-in-law's a state trooper. Get back in your car. You're scaring me.
He was visibly drunk, and to make things even worse for himself, Roadside had offered Wilson $1,000 as a bribe to keep the incident under wraps.
And then I got in my car, and I called my fiance. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm scared.
All right.
Call the cops.
All right. First, let me get your obviously let me get your license, registration, insurance. We'll take a report. He's not going to take it. We'll take it.
Yeah, so what happens if you have some drinking?
Well, I gotta get a supervisor on scene because they got the ones who gotta take too far action. I gotta get a supervisor on scene because they handle the too far action.
Oh, and also, when I pulled, he was in the gas station. I was getting gas.
Oh, back there?
Yeah, he was in front of me.
He what?
He was in front of me.
Okay.
And he stopped right in the middle, and so I had to back up and go around them. And then I came up here, and when I stopped for the light, for the stop sign, I didn't hit it.
The statements from both were contradictory to each other. Wilson claimed that she was waiting at a stop sign when Roadside's police vehicle crashed into her.
You want EMS to check you out at all? Are you hurt at all?
I don't think so. I think I'm
Or shaken up and anything? Okay. I wish, yeah, it's in the, trooper hit somebody from behind.
Roadside's blood alcohol level was twice the legal limit. However, he admitted to drunken driving and was ordered to pay a $386 fine and fulfill 12 hours at a resource center for drunk drivers. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we saw cases where corrupt cops were caught and held accountable by higher-ups in the department. It was shocking to see the first officer escape without consequences, but the investigation revealed the extent of his vile actions. We hope officers continue to hold each other accountable and ensure that no one is above the law. If you agree with me, please support us by liking this video. Also, if you enjoyed this video, watch some of the craziest courtroom moments of all time.
I would ask you to, as part of the sentencing, to grant me 5 minutes in a locked room with this demon.